Hello everyone, Xiao here, and today is April's acquisitions, and to begin we have the Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. This was picked up for about $6 at Goodwill, and I plan to hand it off to one of my friends for a project he has for the $6 I paid for it. I did verify it is fully functional, and this thing's actually pretty cool in the sense that it has X movement, Y movement, and technically a Z rotation movement. So it's like 3 axes of movement. This little knob here also is like another axis, like analog input, and then you have a couple digital buttons everywhere, as well as this like little joystick on the top, which is like a D-pad kind of. So it's pretty cool. I don't really have a use for it. I just picked it up because I thought it was really cool, and I knew my friend would probably have a use for it. So I picked it up, and it's gonna get to him eventually. So I'm pretty happy with that. But let's move on. So next up we have some media that I picked up recently. This was in the as of recording last week of purchasing. So this is a big collection of NASA VHS tapes. I picked this up actually as a joke gift for my brother who used to like this stuff a lot. These tapes aren't in here just because I'm recording them right now, so they're actually somewhere else in my room, but I do have them. It's a complete set of NASA 25 years, the greatest show in space, as well as this complete series of I Love Lucy. Was a black and white TV show. CBS has the rights to it right now, and yeah, so a pretty nice pickup. And another thing that I've been very happy with are these. So these I got 50% off because of the Color of the Week sale at my local Goodwill, and these are CED video discs. I do not have a player for these. However, I just thought they were really cool, so I picked up a couple movies, including My Fair Lady, which actually comes on 2 discs. If I ever do get a CED player, you betcha I'll make a video about it. But other than that, just a couple movies here and there. Nothing really notable in my opinion, other than it's a really nice medium in the sense that I have never seen anything like it, so might as well. Anyway, let's move on. So next up we have this. This is a Sony DVD player. It is labeled the DVP PQ1. And it is a part of Sony's kind of like fashion stylistic DVD player line. It has a kind of like a top loading disk drive in a sense, as well as this like modern appearance to it. This was released in the early 2000s, and overall it's obviously a working DVD player, thankfully. I picked it up for about $10. These typically go for about 30 to 40 on eBay. I don't believe mine would go for that, just because there's a little damage back here. This should be a little tighter than it is, but it is a composite output with digital audio, as well as S-video out, which is kind of nice, except I can't test S-video out because I don't have an S-video cable, which kind of sucks, but it's whatever. Overall, I do like the design of this. However, I do not plan to keep it. As a college student, I tend to buy things at Goodwill that are reasonably priced, that I know actually have higher value, and that is because college students bring rough. It's rough. It's rough. Having more money would always be nice. So I usually sometimes pick up things, and I do sell them for profit. Now, the one thing that some people don't understand is I do testing on these devices. I clean them up. Bunch of other things. I do repairs if need be. Thankfully, this didn't need repairs, but it did need a lot of cleanup. There was a lot of marks on this clear plate up here, as well as a lot of weird paint on the back, as well as someone wrote their name on the bottom that I had to clean off. But other than that, it is pretty cleaned up now, and it is ready to be sold. My unit probably only go for 20, but that is still, after taxes and everything or whatever that I had to pay on it, still $7 a profit, which in my case, it adds up. When I have a couple things I'm selling each month or whatever, an extra $20 always helps, you know? And yes, I'm not very happy that I just buy things just to resell them or whatever, but I am putting work into all of it. Again, I test, I repair, I clean, and so in my opinion, it's kind of fair. But anyway, let's move on, because this next item I'm pretty happy about. So this is the next item. As you can tell, maybe, this is an 8-track player. Now, if you don't know what an 8-track player is because you're my age, it plays these. So this is an 8-track tape. It is a little cartridge that kind of just slides in there like that, and then you push it all the way in. So this unit I bought for about 25. I'm hoping to get 35 or 40 out of it. We will see though. It was broken when I bought it. I had to repair the selector mechanism because it just needed to be cleaned very badly, as well as re-lubricated, and after that it did function perfectly fine. There is a little bit of metal bent on this little door here, but it does function perfectly fine still. It sounds like an 8-track player, I don't really know, it sounds okay enough. The big thing with this is I want to make a separate video on it, so I'm hoping for that, and you can see my reflection here, hello. But I hope to make a separate video on this before I get it sold, because this was really cool to see at my local Goodwill, so we're hopeful. So, but yeah, let's keep it going. Anyway, next up are some CD-ROM games I picked up, which you might have seen from the shorts I made earlier. But we have Blizzard StarCraft, we have Angry Birds, we have Solitaire. This one I'm pretty happy about, Flight Sim 95, very happy about that one. And Angry Birds Space. These were picked up among 2 different Goodwill trips I took this month, and I'm pretty happy with these. Anyway, let's keep it going. So next up, we have these 2 VCR DVD combo units. The Sony one I was very happy I found. Unfortunately, it kind of stopped working after about 30 minutes of testing use, so I do need to look into it a little more. The Philips up top here though, it has been working for about 3 hours of usage, so I'm pretty confident in this one at least, so I'm pretty happy about that. The Sony one though, I'm a little disappointed in, but hopefully I can get it working again. We will see. There isn't really much to say about these. They both have 2 line ins, so each of them have one on the front, as well as a pair on the back. They both do S-video and composite out for the DVD portion, which is nice. And that's kind of it, pretty much. They also do coax and techno out and in for the VHS part. But other than that, that's kind of it for the VHS players, so let's keep going. So next up is this. This is a Sanyo cassette deck. I kind of want to make a video on this. We'll see though. Maybe a video just about making mixtapes in general. We'll see. But this is one of my cassette decks. I have another one by, I believe, Sansui. That is the brand. It's not as nice. Both of them are entry level, but because this one is slightly newer, it is nicer of an entry level, but it's still entry level. It works fine though. I had to repair it like most cassette decks, but I'm pretty happy with it. So yeah, another thing I picked up in this month are the portable cassette players that I've already made a video on, and so I won't be making a video on them again, but just know I do have them, which is nice. Anyway, let's keep it going. So this isn't really much of an acquisition, however I do want to put it in this video because I am pretty happy about this. So this is a 3D model that is a CD spindle, and as you can see I'm holding DVDs in here. It's my F to G DVDs, I think, or whatever, just because I have so many DVDs that I don't keep the cases for. And that's because for me the DVDs aren't as important. If it comes in a special case or it is a 4K disc or steelbook or something, then I'll keep the case obviously, but in the case of just discs like DVDs and everything, I'll usually put them in boxes. Now, usually what I would do is I would put them individually in the paper sleeves by verbatim or whatever, and then line them up in a box. However, I wanted to move to a spindle for space reasons, as well as just simplicity reasons of having to seal each one in an envelope. This is a little easier. And these spindles actually come with these lids. So my printer is not the most amazing printer, as you can tell maybe by the print imperfections you can see on camera. But what is nice about this is you can just put it on and start screwing, and it will close up for me. Just like that. It is a pretty solid sealed case. and my DVDs are protected, which I'm very happy about. Anyway, outside of this little intermission, let's continue. So this is actually a new acquisition. This is a Blue Eddy, I believe is how you pronounce this. Little small generator thing. From what I can tell online, this company is decently reliable in a sense. It's definitely not like Anchor level good, but it is definitely like a B tier in a way. Again, not the A tier of Jackery or Anchor, but it is still a better known name than those random names you find on Amazon. And so I thought I would give it a try. This was about $110 on sale when I picked it up. $120 after taxes and whatever. But it does seem to be pretty well built. The plastic is nice and thick. It uses the latest, well, not the latest, but a better, newer battery technology, being the lithium. I think it's iron. Maybe it's LiFePO. That battery chemistry, which is one of the newer battery chemistries used for these generator type things. I don't know. They're not really generators. They're big batteries though. Is a big thing. So as you can see, it does 200 watts outside this one AC outlet, which is exactly what I need it for. Because as you will see in the video I want to make about the 8-track player, this is how I'm going to power on it. As my desk table here, not much space, and not by an outlet unfortunately. So this is kind of what I bought it for, was for the portable use when I'm too far away from an outlet, or also playing video games kind of out and away. I want to be able to power my monitor and my switch with it, which will require a very small splitter. But with the switch drawing, 20 watts and the monitor also drawing 20 watts, I'm not too worried about it power-wise, so we're happy there. I do plan to make a full-on video about this device about 2 months in, hopefully. Maybe we'll see though. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. So far, it has worked pretty nice. It does everything it's advertised to do for so far, which is nice. But now it's just a matter of kind of using it for a while. So anyway, let's keep going, because I have something fun next. So, as you may or may not know, on April 1st, the Mario Galaxy movie was released. And a little after watching that, I picked up this from Amazon. This is the storybook that Rosalina reads in the Super Mario Galaxy video game on the Wii. It is the exact same book with all the same pages. And yeah, I picked this up because I am a Nintendo fan. And I really did enjoy the Mario Galaxy game, and the movie had a lot of references I really did enjoy seeing. Plot-wise, the movie was the standard kids movie, but what are you gonna do? I did love the references though, and so I picked up this fun book with it. So the next things I want to talk about are the video games. So far, the video games I've picked up recently are Tomodachi Life: Living the Dream, Pokemon Pokopia. Sorry, I did not realize how bright my brightness was. Pokemon Pokopia, as well as Pokemon Champions. So let's start with Tomodachi Life, as this is the most recent pickup. Tomodachi Life is great fun, just like the 3DS game. If you didn't grow up with the 3DS one, I don't know how appealing this will be for people older or that don't like the style of game. You kind of got to know what you want to get out of Tomodachi Life. But I'm having my fun with it because I played the 3DS one. I know what I like. Pokemon Champions is kind of a mess. I've liked it so far. It does have some glitches and exploits in the way. One annoying thing is if you're on a Switch 2, it will not output high resolution on the TV unless you undock and redock. Then it does resolve the resolution problem. It might have been fixed by now, but it was an issue when I was playing it. Pokemon Pokopia. Pokemon Pokopia is, in my opinion, a masterpiece. Definitely not Breath of the Wild level masterpiece, but it is a very good game. I put about 80 hours into it. I have kind of stopped a little, because games like Pokopia, Tomodachi Life, Animal Crossing, for me at least, I only really get about 100 hours in them, which for a $60, $70 game, that is perfectly adequate to me. Obviously, I love it when games are timeless in the way that I've put 300 hours in almost each and every other Pokemon game I've played, or how I put like 200 hours in Smash Brothers. But getting at least 60 hours out of a video game that is full price, I'm very happy with. Usually, to me, the value of a game is as long as I'm paying less than $1 per hour I'm gonna play, I'm pretty happy with the price. Now going in, I know I was gonna play Pokopia for about 40 hours at least, but I was hopeful and I was right. I put about 80 hours in so far, and I'm still putting hours in, just not as fast, but I'm still really enjoying it. Pokemon Champions is a free game, so that's just completely disregarded. Tomodachi Life, I'm a little concerned I'm not going to hit that 60-hour mark. But definitely not fast, that's for sure. But maybe even at all. It definitely seems like a game I'm probably going to play for maybe 2 months, maybe even just a month, and then kind of just check in every once in a while. We'll see though. When I was younger, I played a lot, but it's a little different now that I'm older. But we'll see. But it was still Tomodachi Life was different a little bit because because I played it when I was younger, I wanted to kind of relive it in a way. Because unlike with Pokemon, when I buy it, I know I'm gonna play the crap out of it because I know I like Pokemon. Tomodachi Life is a little different though, because even though I do enjoy my time with it, it's not the exact game type that I'm constantly playing nowadays, and so it's a little different now. But it's still pretty fun so far, and that is the video game portion for now at least. Alrighty, so to continue April's acquisitions, I have this. This is a basic portable CD player. I picked this up for about $2.50 from Goodwill. This will probably become the CD player I use in my car, because I do have a nicer portable one. However, I'd rather not let that one die in my car, and so I think this will be my throwaway, kill in the car kind of CD player. We'll see though. One of the contacts is quite not rusted, but dirty or whatever. I've cleaned it quite a bit, and it does fully function fine. It's more just dirty. But overall, this thing plays fine, and actually, surprisingly, I didn't really have to clean out the knob here for the volume. Normally I get volume issues where it will like crackle as I turn this. This one didn't have that though, so I didn't have to clean that out or anything, which is kind of nice. But more importantly today, I found this. So this, if you recognize it, is an Intel NUC. This is one of their Skull ones. So this one is 6th generation Skylake processors. It is a mobile chip, however it is a quad-core mobile chip, so it's an HQ variant of an i7 from the 6th generation. It does not support Windows 11, however I don't really need it to, because I probably plan on putting either Ubuntu on it to connect to this monitor over here using HDMI to VGA as like a little media player, so maybe like a home theater PC kind of way. I don't really know yet, but as you might be able to tell by this price, I paid $20 for this whole computer, which is quite nice. I believe these go for usually about 100 to 150 online, and I have tested it. It does function perfectly fine from what I can tell. I haven't been able to like thermally stress it because the power brick I have doesn't support the full 120 watts this device kind of wants, and I don't want to trip the power supply. So I've mostly been doing lighter loads, but as long as I don't, overdo the power supply, this thing works perfectly. And I'm thinking of making it like a little home theater PC in the sense that I'll have it always connected to the CRT that I just showed. But we'll see about that. I do plan to make a dedicated video on this because I do really think it's really cool. And just amazing that I found this at Goodwill, of all places. If I had to guess, the people thought this was a dock maybe, because it does kind of look like a dock in my opinion. But no, this is a whole computer. Again, I'm pretty sure this at launch was probably around $1,000. Goes for about 100, 150 nowadays, and I picked it up for 20. Finding the power supply is probably gonna be $20 to $30 online though, so probably be 50 all in. But one last thing before I end this section is this thing had 2 SSDs in it. It had two 250 gig SSDs and had 16 gigabytes of RAM, DDR4, SODIMM, which not worrying about money wise. It's really nice to have a computer with 16 gigs of RAM and 500 gigabytes of storage total. Again, for $20, this is amazing. So I'm very happy how this turned out, and definitely be looking for the full video, which actually might release before my April acquisition video that you're seeing right now, but we'll see. But yeah, so this is a nice pickup I picked up today, and I'm pretty happy with it. Hello, Xiao here, and unfortunately for this video, things kind of got really busy with finals and everything. I didn't really get to complete this video to proper completion. However, I did still want to post what I did make and record, so that's kind of what you just saw. I'm hoping this summer is a little more lighter and I can post more. We'll see though. But if you have any constructive feedback about the video to this point, basically, please leave it down below. It's really appreciated. Any support, comments, whatever, doesn't matter. Any negative criticisms, send it my way. But that's pretty much it for this video. I'm sorry I kind of had to cut it off short. Be on the lookout though for videos including my Windows XP build, as well as the $20 computer I got from Goodwill. I'm hoping those would be fun. On top of that, I do have another PC that just came in that I might make a video on. It's a Dell Precision. I'm hoping I can make a video on it. If not, I'll just make a short on it. We'll see. But that's pretty much it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a nice one.